Welcome to Vilkaviškis, a beautiful corner of Lithuania in the Suvalkija region. You will find Vilkaviškis in the south of the country, close to the border to Kaliningrad, the exclave of Russia, and Poland in the south. Vilkaviškis is around 2 hours drive away from the capital Vilnius and half that time from Kaunas, the second largest city. Vilkaviškis district is home to around 34,000 people. Vilkaviškis is a region quite under the tourist radar, but it has some interesting places to see that are worth coming for. Vilkaviškis city is quite old, however, almost all of it was destroyed during the Second World War, and what you see here today is mostly architecture from after the war. The first thing that greets visitors in Vilkaviškis is its cool-looking modern bus station. At the town center there also is the newest cathedral in Lithuania, built in 1998. It was built in the same style as the old one that used to be here but was demolished by the Soviets. But what actually brings us here is a place just outside the city, where there is an architectural gem of the whole Suvalkija region, Pere Manor. Paežeriai is an impressive classical-style manor built in 1799 and is one of the oldest manors in the country. It is well situated next to a lovely lake and surrounded by a park just as old as the manor. Paežeriai Manor was built for the Biela family and designed by Martynas Knakfusas, the founder of classic architecture in Lithuania. The house later belonged to Gauronskiai family, who were responsible for creating its lavish interiors. Luckily, the house was not affected too much throughout the centuries, and we can see its wonderful interiors today as well. There is a lot of classical-style wall and ceiling artwork in the rooms, displaying classical themes of dancing, playing music, and little cupids in various scenes. Even the bedroom is decorated with massive columns. All this is accessible to visitors as Paežeriai is a museum. During my visit, the main house had an exhibition of the 1960s fashion, which was just as interesting as the house itself. Futuristic designs added an additional dimension to the historical interiors. Along with the beauty of the main house, there are regional history, archaeology, and other exhibition rooms in other manor buildings. And of course, Paežeriai also hosts various art exhibitions and concerts. Overall, Paežeriai Manor definitely surprised me with its looks, as such interiors are very rare in Lithuania. Another historical place in the district that is a popular place for events is the ruins of Bartininkai Church. It is like a testament to the true damage of the Second World War in the region. Even though in a state of ruin, Bartininkai Church still shows its old spirit from the 18th century. The people didn't forget this place and its environment, which is well taken care of, and it actually brings the local community together during various events. Near Bartininkai there is an old traditional house museum, the birthplace of Jonas Basanavičius, a doctor, linguist of the Lithuanian language, and one of the most important figures of the Lithuanian national revival movement of the early 20th century. He was the head of a committee which declared the independence of Lithuania on 16th of February in 1918. In the museum you can learn about his life and work, as well as explore the traditional wooden village architecture with a lot of ethnographic elements. From here, let's go see the natural side of Vilkaviškis. The district is generally very well cultivated and full of farmland. As the people of Suvalkija are known to be more business-forward, there are a lot of small businesses and farmers, so every piece of arable land is used here. But the more south we go in the district, the more uneven the landscape gets. And at the very tip of the border, there is a very beautiful environment with hills, forests, and lakes. The largest of them being Vištytis Lake. This whole area is defined by Vištytis Regional Park, and it is a wonderful place to visit for nature lovers. The park consists of hills that are higher than usual in Lithuania, the lake Vištytis, and an expansive Rominta forest. What also makes it interesting is that the park is situated right at the border of Russia's exclave Kaliningrad, and Lake Vištytis is shared between the two countries. So swimmers need to be careful not to cross the border in the lake. Vištytis Lake is the fourth largest lake in Lithuania, and it has a long, beautiful shoreline full of natural beaches. The lake also has several campsites along the shore, both public and paid ones. At one end of the lake there is a small town called Vištytis. Here you can find an old windmill overlooking the town and the lake, as well as Vištytis Regional Park's visitor center with a cool-looking exhibition inside about the nature of the park. It's a good stop to gather information about the area and plan a trip to the park. Where I have learned the true meaning of the lake and town's name Vištytis. Apparently the word Vištytis is used by locals to name a little bird. Another interesting fact that I've learned in the visitor center is that the border to Russia that is north of the town actually is one of the oldest unchanged borders in whole Europe since the 1422 Treaty of Melno between the Grand Duchy of Lithuania and the Teutonic Knights. It's funny that countries have changed here several times, but not the border. Next to that border there is one of the largest boulders in Lithuania to check out as well, the boulder of Vištytis. At the southeast side of the lake, there also is a walking trail by the lake shore. It is around 4 kilometers long and it is a great opportunity to explore the local landscape by foot. The path leads through panoramic hills and windswept natural coastline. There also are some lovely rest places on the way. On one side of the path there is Vištytis Lake on display, on the other the massive pine and fir tree forest called Rominta. It is one of the oldest forests in Europe and spans 35,000 hectares of land, mostly on the Russian side of the other side of the lake, with a little bit of it here in Lithuania and Poland. Back in the times of the Prussian Empire, Rominta forest was believed to be sacred by Germans and favored hunting place for the rulers of Prussia. Kaiser William even built a hunting lodge there, but it is deep inside the Russian lands these days. Anyway, we really enjoyed the trail by the lake. It is a great place to immerse yourself in the local nature. The path also leads to a strange hill inside the forest, the Little Hill of Crosses. There are some artworks to see on the trees too. In the end, I can say that Vištytis Regional Park is a lovely place to visit if you want to spend time in nature by the lake in southern Lithuania. Vištytis, as well as the whole Vilkaviškis district, are quite far from the main cities, but we are quite close to the main highway Via Baltica, connecting the Baltic states to Poland. So I would recommend Vilkaviškis as a place to stop by if you go in that direction. Also, Pere Manor is one of the highlights that I would recommend seeing to everyone who likes architecture. There are very few manor houses with so much original interior decor in Lithuania. So that's it from me. See you in Vilkaviškis. Thanks for watching.